Yay! So, to ignore the fact that I had a giant fucking spider in my sink, and it was on the wall of the sink, and I fucking drowned it in a drain, and I'm fucking terrified for the rest of my life now, I'm gonna play this game! Because, yeah, fucking hate spiders. Hate them so much. Anyway, let's get going. Let's just play now. Light day 26 Sextilis AM 313. I still don't know what that means, by the way. Oh, I guess we're in a really fancy house now. With Lord Godwin. Okay. Don't know where I left off at all, so I have no clue what's going on right now. Thanks for coming to my house, Johann. Always a pleasure. I don't remember what voice I gave him, so let's just go with this. Always a pleasure, Jolf. It's an honor to see you, Lord Godwin. My name is Franz Byron, a student of Professor Poe's. My father is having a meeting with a famous professor from Conservatoire de l'Ouverture to evaluate yesterday's event, as well as discuss potential projects that may receive support from MM. Because I attended the symposium yesterday, my father insisted that I be here. What a pain in the ass. What I don't understand is why that student is also in this room. In fact, isn't he supposed to be at the Conservatoire? Even though it's light day and there are no classes, at least he could have the decency to do his homework and be far away from me. Originally, people only rested from work on Sunday, but sometime in the last century they decided that they would work 5 days a week instead of 6. Light day joined Sunday to make the modern weekend. So yesterday's symposium. Yes, MM will be having a shareholder meeting next week, and I'm thinking of proposing to invest in some research projects that have potential to bring good returns for the company. All our representatives have submitted their recommendations to me, but I also want to hear your opinion. Not all our representatives, Father. I don't remember giving enough of a damn to write a report. Ho ho ho, now I'm obviously biased, but if I may, I'd like to suggest my own student's research project. A student project? Which one is that? It's the one about the study of compassion magic, my lord. Oh, that. Any other projects you can recommend, Joanne? Heh, Father's harsh. He completely disregards Poe's idea without any comment whatsoever. My lord, if you're interested, I can give you more details about my research. My father eyes the student coldly without turning his head. I think I've heard enough details from our own experts. With all due respect to Professor Poe, your advisor and my friend, I have to tell you that our team of experts have decided that your research is unlikely to produce anything of value. Well, I think a scientific theory that will lead to the creation of compassion magic machines would be very, very valuable indeed. I think you misunderstand. I'm not saying that the result you're hoping to get from the research would be worthless. I'm saying that it is unlikely to yield such a result. Our team of experts at MM have concluded that it is very improbable that your research will succeed. Oh, that's really disheartening. That's so, that doesn't mean he shouldn't try, and that he shouldn't try to get investors. So what if it's really low that he ends up getting the result that he's hoping for? What if he does? What if, as long as he keeps trying, he gets that result? What are you gonna do then? You're gonna feel like shit for not investing and believing in him. Okay. Alright. Joff, while I agree that the project is very ambitious, I believe it is worth pursuing for. Even if it ultimately fails, we will surely gain valuable insights into compassion magic, which will enrich our understanding of magic in general. Johann, I agree with you, and indeed I commend this student for choosing to undertake this important research. However, MM is a business. Our goal is not to understand magic for its own sake. My charger. Come back to me. It unplugged itself without my permission. We require a monetary return on investment, either through a new product or improved functionality of an existing product. If your research is purely academic, you're better off asking for funding from the king. The Conservatoire itself is a public institution, so we're already being funded by the monarchy. Unfortunately, most of that money is used for operational costs. There's very little left for research projects. He's just like Professor Poe, and he's just like, Lord Godwin, one of you has to yield. And I don't think either of them are going to. And Franz is like, this is really awkward. Is it my turn to say something? I'm still not sure why I was even called here. Whether Father wants to fund this silly project or not is none of my business. Actually, just yesterday, I think I might have discovered the key to making compassion magic work on non-living beings. I saw something very extraordinary near the factories. May I tell the story? You were in the industrial district? Go ahead. Well, I was lost in the Proles district yesterday, and from there happened to stumble upon an factory. The student gives me a quick glance before continuing. I circled the factory and by chance came across the girl who was sitting at a broken piano. Oh, right! Now I remember! Frederick sent Franz to a whorehouse, and Franz isn't outing him for it. That's really nice of him. I don't know why she did it, but she cast Revive on it, on the broken piano. Casting Revive on a piano? What a stupid thing to do. Revive only revitalizes damaged cells. It can only heal, not bring the dead back to life. Was she hoping the piano would transform him back into a tree? At that moment, of course, the area was filled with a white light, and just then, I felt that I heard the piano made. And just then, I felt that I heard the piano made a sound. Yeah, it should be make, not made. Sorry, I'm a grammar Nazi, and it's just. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a bitch. When the light subsided, I saw the girl, and I could tell that she had also heard it. But when she pressed the piano keys again, there was only silence. Only then that I realized that there was never any sound. I must have imagined it. But at the exact moment the spell was cast, I was very sure that it had fixed the piano. It was a novel experience, and I would like to conduct some experiments to see if the phenomenon is quantifiable. Everyone is silent for a second. We're trying to make sense of the story. But it didn't make a sound, did it? No, the piano was still broken after she cast the magic spell. Then you haven't discovered anything. I personally find this story very interesting. Franz knows magic well. If he feels that the girl's magic was abnormal, it is definitely worth looking into. You said this wasn't an factory? Was this girl a factory worker? Yes, I'm sure she was. She was a teenage girl, about 14, 16 years old. She was dressed in a factory uniform. Her hair was down to her shoulder, and she had a braid that ran behind her right ear. Franz, you're gonna get her fired! Oh my god! Huh, wait, that girl. Wait, did you say she had a braid? Everyone looks at me suddenly, as if I were a ghost that had just stepped through the wall. Ah, yes, behind her right ear. What about the left? No, definitely only on the right side. Frederick, if you must ask questions, ask something relevant to the discussion. There's no mistake. It was definitely her. It was that angel. It was the beautiful girl I saw in front of Maison de Beauvoir. Ho ho ho, what's wrong with being interested in a girl, Joff? Father, in my opinion, it will be good for MM to fund It will be good for MM to fund his research project. I quickly direct the discussion back to that student's research before I'm found out. I've only got one shot at this. My father raises an eyebrow while the rest of his face is unchanged. He's unimpressed. I bet he was born with that face. Congratulations, ma'am. It's a boy! Oh, how is my baby, doctor? Well, from looking at his face, I think he wants to see a proposal on how you and your husband plan to provide him with the best environment to grow up and study. Probably like that. Explain. Ahem. Here it goes. I think you need to look at it from a different angle. MM can fund his research not as an investment, but as a marketing campaign aimed at improving the company's image in academia. By funding a purely academic research project, MM can claim that it is helping to advance science. We would be promoting our corporate social responsibility. It'll make MM more popular among the students. When they graduate, more of them will want to work for MM. And if you think about it, this is much cheaper than the kind of advertising MM normally does. It's just a student project anyway. There's only one researcher, and the salary is lower than an average MM scientist or engineer. Other than salary, he'd only need money to buy equipment and maybe pay a few assistants. all taken together... Okay, no, that's proper. All taken together, it still amounts to little more than a rounding error for MM. Now my father's other eyebrow is also raised. His mouth is slightly open, but he is still silent. I bet he never knew that his son is so shrewd about business. Ho 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 ho, the younger Lord Godwin made a pretty sound argument. What do you think, Joff? Well, well, I think it can't hurt MM to fund this project. My father's face returns to its normal expression, completely emotionless. After all, I can see its magic already. Amazing. What do you mean? It makes my son interested in a science project. He doesn't get much more magical than that. Oh, I have to say that it surprises even me. I managed to convince my father, but it wasn't really my argument that made my father change his mind. I don't know if I should be happy about this. Thank you very much, my lord. I promise I'll deliver a good result with this project. He's just pissed that he has to fund you now because of his son. After that, father and the professor talk about several other research projects. The student and I don't speak another word. Thanks, Frederick. Thanks to you, Lord Godwin agreed to fund my project. My father and the professor have left together after the meeting. I don't know where they're going. Don't mention it. Oh, by the way, to be honest, I was a bit irritated yesterday after you sent me to that place. I was rather panicked when I found out what kind of place it was. And by the... You really got me there, but I'm not angry, because now I know that you sincerely wanted to help me and only gave me that address as a joke. That's bullshit, Franz! You're a dumbass! You're a fucking dumbass! Frederick just wants to know about the girl! You piece of shit! You're a dumbass! But how did you get that place's address anyway? Silence! I can't take this seriously anymore, because Franz is a dumbass! Franz is a dumbass! He's such a fucking dumbass! Oh my god, Franz. What a dolt. If my father was still here and heard about me going to Mason, I'd be fed to a dragon. Well, so to speak. Dragons aren't real, of course. What is this, a fantasy land? By the way, can you bring that girl here tomorrow? That girl? The factory worker who tried to fix a broken piano? Oh, do you want to meet her? Well, I want to see her compassion magic with my own eyes. Ah, yes, of course. You must be really interested in compassion magic. I'll have you smitten, you fool. Okay, I'll find and bring her here tomorrow. I don't know why I want to see that girl so much, to be honest. She is beautiful, but she isn't the only beautiful girl in Overture. I guess there's just something about her that's different from all the other girls. After Franz brings the girl here tomorrow, I won't have any need for him anymore. To hell with his nonsensical research. Great! Good luck on your research. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Frederick. Thanks again for your help. He wasn't trying to help you for your own interests, Franz. He really wasn't. I leave Lord Godwin's house feeling satisfied because I was able to secure funding for my research, thanks to Frederick. Frederick wants to see the girl tomorrow, so I have to find her right away. I look up at the sky to see the sun above me. The girl should be at the factory at this time. Aren't I forgetting something? Oh! I promised Aretha we'd go see a kentoscope show today. I look at my chronometer. I think there's still time to see the show with Aretha before going to the factory. But if I see the show, I'll only arrive at the factory around sundown and may not have much time to look for the girl. Oh, I have to make a decision, don't I? On the other hand, if I go to the factory now, I'll have more time to look for the girl. What should I do? Meet Aretha at the theater or look for the girl at the factory? This is gonna affect the storyline, and Aretha's gonna be pissed. But I'm gonna go to the factory. I feel bad for Aretha, but I need to find this factory worker girl because she is important for my research. Now where is the omnibus stop? I arrived here this morning in Professor Poe's personal carriage, but he's gone somewhere with Lord Godwin. Looking around, I find myself surrounded by big and luxurious houses. Even among the bourgeois, not many people can afford to live in this area. There don't seem to be any omnibuses. Everyone is riding his own personal carriage. Occasionally, there are also taxi carriages. I pick a direction and walk, trying to dig into my memory of riding with Professor Poe this morning. Not here. Wait, I think we took this turn. There really are no omnibus stops around this area. Aristocrats just don't use omnibuses, I guess. Finally, I give a signal to a passing taxi carriage, which then descends in front of me. I get on the carriage as soon as it stops. After I tell the driver my destination, the carriage takes off again and flies. Oh, cool! I get to see it! That's pretty interesting. Having nothing to do while sitting alone in a carriage gives me ample time to think about my research. I'm still not sure if I'll be able to find anything new from the research, but if I can get the girl to help, I should at least be able to produce some interesting experimental data. Like Professor Poe said, even if the research ultimately fails, it will be okay as long as I can add to the literature about compassion magic. I can just point out any random deviation from normal results and mention anything that correlates with that finding. I'll end the paper by noting that nothing conclusive can be inferred yet from my research and further studies are needed to formulate a theory. The rest is up to my writing skill. Writing skill is important too. Running my thesis through a few drafts will make it shine, even if the paper doesn't offer up a scientific breakthrough. I worry about Frederick, though. He seemed genuinely interested in this research. He's really not. But I'm not very confident that I'll be able to replicate what I saw yesterday at MM. Well, that can be payback for the joke he played on me. But what was I feeling back then when that girl cast her spell? Why was I so sure that she revived the broken piano? Why did I feel that I had heard a note? What was so different about the way she cast her spell? I guess you're gonna find out. The carriage drops me off on a street nearby the factory. The driver refused to go into the pearls area. Well, at least that knocked a little bit off the fare. I walk along the city street towards the factory. It shouldn't take me long to get there, but I need to hurry. The street is quieter out here with where the Poles live. There are almost no vehicles crowding the sky, and most of the shops are closed. While I'm walking, I spot two people in the distance who strike me as odd, because one is a bourgeois woman and another is a proletariat man in an unusual getup. Watching closer, I realize that the man is assaulting the woman. What? Give me all your money and mana potions! I'll give you everything, please don't hurt me! The woman is whimpering as she takes out her money and mana potions from her purse. Here, please, let me go now! Let you go? Sure, lady, in just a second. Please, don't! The man strikes the woman hard, sending her body tumbling to the ground. Ah! Looking down at the woman, the man pops the cap off a mana potion and swings it down. You know these things taste a lot better outside the factory. An aura of intelligence emanates from him. It bothers me to see someone so unintelligent using intelligence magic. Summon! What? A bucket full of water gushes out from his hand. It doesn't physically hurt the woman, but now she's completely drenched. You're an asshole! Well, little lady, now you're all wet. Maybe I should drag you back to our place and get you a dry set of clothes? Oh, you're not... Oh, no. Don't bring rape into this, you piece of shit. Our place? Who is he referring to? The woman notices me then. Her eyes are pleading. Help! Help me! What should I do? I can use magic for sure, but I've never been in a fight. Seeing the woman asking for help, the man looks in my direction. Hey boy! Don't be causing no trouble now. Go mind your own business. Aw, damn, this is bad. I quickly gather my faith and pray to the gods that my wind will be strong enough to throw him across the street. The man is preparing another water spell to attack me. He's using more mana than last time. I have to send him flying before he can unleash the water. Willpower and courage. All of a sudden, a bolt of lightning rips through the sky and strikes the man on the head. The sound is so loud that it hurts my eardrums. He collapses immediately though he continues to convulse for a few seconds. Oh shit. Standing over the unconscious man is a policeman whose magical aura is still very strong even after unleashing his magic. In a city where every citizen is capable of using offensive magic spells, it is the police's job to keep everyone in their best behavior. That's why one has to be a very powerful mage in order to join the police. Ordinary magicians aren't accepted. The police officer picks up the money and mana potions the man took from the woman and walks to her. Are you alright? He hands the money and potions to her and helps her to her feet. Yes, thank you, officer. Be careful out here. There's a group of Poles going around who target the upper classes. Can you walk? Yes. Please come with me to the police station. I need you to give us a statement. Our medical staff will also take a look at you. Okay. The officer walks back to me. What were you doing here? I was just walking through when I saw the man assaulting the woman. It looked like he was going to attack me as well. I was just trying to defend myself when you came. I see. Please be careful. These people are getting more dangerous. These people? He gives me a sharp look. Libertans. They are members of Libertad, a group of extremist Poles. They hate the bourgeois and the aristocrats. Oh, I see. It's not hard to guess why they hate us. Can I go now? The policeman thinks for a second. Yeah, get out of here. Just be careful and try to avoid going to a Poles area if you can. Okay. I can't tell him that I'm going to a Poles area right now. The policeman picks up the unconscious body of the Libertan and carries him on his shoulder. Then he and the woman get on the police's carriage and fly off. Despite the warning, I resume my quest to the factory in order to look for the girl. Apparently, I am literally putting my life on the line for scientific research. That's rather cool, if I do say so myself. I'll have to tell Aretha at school on Moon Day? Moon Day. Okay, I guess it's called Moon Day. I was gonna say Monday, but nope, it's Moon Day. Okay. I found the factory again with little difficulty. Now I just need to find that girl. I take out my chronometer and look at the time. It's still 4 in the afternoon, so the girl must still be working. I can't just randomly show up at the factory and demand to see her. Who would I even demand to see? Moreover, I don't even know which section of the factory she's in. This factory is huge. That will be a problem. There's more than one exit. Where should I wait for her? I circle the factory while trying to peek inside, hoping to catch a glimpse of the girl, but it's not easy to find one girl among the many factory workers. Excuse me. After walking a few hundred feet, I come across a backyard. It's the same backyard I found yesterday. Not knowing where else to go, I enter through the same small opening I went through yesterday. The piano is still there. The sight of a piano in a factory backyard is almost surreal. It doesn't look new, but it's not that weather-worn. Someone must have dumped it here relatively recently. I walk up to the piano and inspect it, but find nothing unusual other than the fact that it is broken. No matter which key I press, it doesn't make the slightest sound. I scan the yard to see if there are other musical instruments around. Maybe this is a musical graveyard of sorts. But there aren't any. The piano sound I thought I heard yesterday must have been nothing more than a figment in my imagination. I just keep staring at the piano, trying to explain what I experienced, but no explanation comes to mind. The only possibility of getting an answer is to meet the girl again and watch her cast her magic again. She is the key to this research. And my decorated graduation, incidentally. I don't know how long I've been standing here. When I become aware of my surroundings again, the workers are already leaving the factory. The sun is setting. And the girl comes. Isn't it? It's the girl comes, right? Right. Noticing that someone is coming, I reflexively hide. But why am I hiding? It's not like I can't be here. There she is! Oh, it's that girl! She walks to the piano and sits down. Is she going to try reviving the piano again? Does she do this every day? But she just sits there, her solemn eyes glued to the piano. Why are you so quiet? Her voice almost made me jump. Has she noticed that I'm here? I guess that's because I haven't been able to fix you, right? Oh, she was only talking to the piano. She's a bit of a weirdo, I guess. She brings her hands forward. Her eyes are closed. Both her hands are rested on the piano keys. She takes a deep breath. Her hands begin to move, pressing on the keys softly. There is no sound. The piano is still mute. But her fingers refuse to stop. They walk across the piano, putting just a tiny bit of pressure with each step. From time to time, they skip over some keys like little children skipping over a small puddle of water. The girl opens her eyes, but she doesn't seem to be looking at anything. She's in her own world. And what a peaceful world it must be. Her face is the picture of calm. It's as if all the trouble in the world vanished when she started playing her silent sonata. She shuts her eyes again for a second. When they open, they're accompanied by a subtle smile. Her body sways from side to side slowly, like a gentle ocean wave on a lazy summer day. She drifts away from the piano, then she drifts back. Her hands move like the waves, pulling away, but always inevitably coming back. Her eyes roll up, then her chin follows. With her head tilted slightly toward the sky and a gentle smile still visible on her lips, sadness suddenly falls on her eyes. Her delicate hands continue to saunter gently along the piano keys, but each step is getting heavier. And then the smile fades away, leaving only sorrow. While her right hand is still moving, the left suddenly leaps into the air. It falls back down in slow motion as the other hand continues to waltz gracefully on the piano. When her left hand touches the keys again, it joins its twin in the dance. The fingers now hop from key to key with more intensity. After a while, her shoulder jerks. Her fingers start making faster movements and following the piano keys with even more pressure. The piano still doesn't make any sounds, but it doesn't stop her two hands from dancing faster as though they were chasing each other. Her face looks sad. It's almost like she's in pain. Her finger movement keeps getting heavier and heavier until it gets really intense. Even her body is shuddering. All of a sudden, everything calms down. The girl keeps playing the piano, but it is back to the slower pace at the beginning. Her hands waltz softly, her body sways gently, and her head nods at the piano with eyes closed. She makes no expression. Her eyes open again with the reappearance of a beautiful smile on her lips. She smiles, but grief is still apparent on her eyes. Her face is full of emotions. There is bliss, there is serenity, but there is also despair. The mixture of emotions makes her look sensual. Her two hands move lazily together on the piano like two close friends strolling along a beach. Her small fingers continue to step on the piano keys, until at last they come to a stop. There is no grand finale. They just eventually stop after moving slower and slower. The girl pulls her hands back to her lap and sits still. Her eyes are closed. All emotions have vanished from her face. Meanwhile, I stand here with my eyes glued to her and her piano, stunned. Even when inaudible, a musical performance can be beautiful. It's magical. Her eyes are clear and conscious when she opens them again. She's back in this world. Ah! Ah! Our eyes meet. Without realizing, I have come out of my hiding place. Hello there. And you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it here. The moment where Franz and the factory worker meets. And I guess we'll see where it goes in the next one. Cliffhangers are fun, aren't they? Bye! Hey guys, and that was an octave higher. If you're interested in checking out the next episode, then just click on the icon on the right-hand side. If you're interested in any of the other games that I have listed here that have very similar storylines that are pretty intricate, I would say to check them out as well. And if you want to subscribe, just click my icon and we're good to go. So yeah, see you later.